So, hello fellow classmates, I'm Shannon. In front of you today is Team 4, and we're going to be doing an introduction to Team first. So my name is Aaron.
Christina, Louise,
Beanie, Luke,
Luke.
Brian.
And so, it's the year 2015, and freedom has never been more prevalent in Canada than ever before. Now, why is it that when I go to a poutine establishment, I am forced to choose fixed, monotonous combinations of poutine? Now, my colleagues and I have witnessed this injustice, and we bring you freedom in the form of a vote, and that is the Gravy Vote. And so today we'll be going through our operating plan, business overview, industry analysis, marketing plan, operations plan, and financials and moving and future plans. So let's go with the business overview. So the business overview is that, as I stated earlier, we are a self-serve poutine restaurant, and we are going to be located in downtown Ontario, planning to price our poutine by $5 per pound. And also, this is noticeably more affordable than this will be more affordable than our competitors, which are New York Fries and Smokes. In terms of our goals, what we want to do, we want to be able to attain a net profit of $100,000 by the end of year 3. Another thing is that we want to attain an efficient self-serve model. Now, the reason why we chose the self-serve model is because we've seen success in other industries such as the frozen yogurt industry, and we want to be the first ones to bring that kind of success into the poutine industry. Now, to move on to our industry analysis, the Gravy Vote falls under the category of the fast food. Falls under the fast food industry, specifically the quick service segment. Now, noticeable trends in the fast food industry is that there has been an increase in total industry revenue over the years, and something that signifies that is that between 2007 and 2012 there's been an increase by 300 million visits to these quick service restaurants. Another factors that contribute to this is that there's been an increased heightened disposable income in the age bracket between 18 and 30-year-olds, which make up the age bracket that spends the most and visits these quick service restaurants the most. Also, they're becoming busier, which means they frequent these restaurants more. And another thing is that potato consumption as a whole is on the rise, with Canadian imports increasing by 43% of potatoes. And all of these point towards a stable industry that is expected to grow very well over the coming years. Now, to go talk about our competitors. So, the first competitor we want to talk about is New York Fries. New York Fries is an affordable poutine. They make affordable poutine that is located in malls, and they have twice as many locations as Smokes. Another thing is that they are further away from the malls, and that is why they're not too much of a concern for us. Our other competitors, Smokes Poutinery, and Smokes Poutinery is located closer to us. However, they do use high quality ingredients, and they do have the same hours of operations as we do. Now, the flip side to that is that they do have higher price point, but they do have limited seating at their London location. And so I'm going to pass out to my colleague Louise to talk about market research.
So I'll walk you through our marketing strategy and operating plan. Our marketing strategy is comprised of 3 components: targeting, branding, and promotion. Our target market? Well, we have 2. Our primary target market is university and college students between the ages of 18 to 24. Stats show that 18 to 24-year-olds visit quick service restaurants 238 times per year. What happens when April comes around? We lose a significant amount of students. Some of you may be going back home doing an intern or working. This is why we also have a secondary market, an employed population 25 to 64 years of age. It will remain and provide sales when the students leave, but meaning will come out later. Our location is important. We will open in one of 3 possible locations on Richmond Street, in the middle of downtown, which is in close proximity to both our target markets. How we are perceived as a company and how we look is significant. We kept our image simple and down to 2 easy colors, red and gray. Red represents our Canadian heritage. Here's a mini history lesson. Poutine is from Warwick, Quebec in 1957. Our catchphrase is it's not just fries anymore. As Aaron mentioned, here, poutine is anything you want it to be. But an image alone is not enough. We need to get our name out there. For our first 3 years of operations, we have allocated $6,000 per year towards advertising and promoting. In our first year, a great amount, 67%, is going towards our website. While it will cost $4,000 to launch initially, it will cost $400 per year to maintain, which allows us in years 2 and 3 to take stronger action through social media and print. Research shows 60% of respondents purchase an item from a small business because it's on Twitter. Likewise, we'll set up Facebook and Twitter to obtain a stable web presence. But we also want to go through the press. It may seem like an outdated medium, however, the Gazette has 11,000 newspapers that are 11,000 copies that are distributed throughout the Western campus. It's an affordable method of delivering our message. Keep our customers satisfied. We'll be reporting special deals through Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Through the best, with focus on multicultural food items that embraces Canada's cultural mosaic. Speaking of customers, let's take a detour and go through our operating plan. Our 2 valued groups are our customers and employees. We will operate in a buffet-style manner, however we will charge by the pound. Our customer, we will strictly not order any items left longer than 45 minutes. Listen to me to our employees. Our employees represent our company, and on top of providing friendly service, we also need to provide the savings. While part-timers are not required to be CPR, first aid, or food handling certified, our assistant managers will. They'll be the ones running the show when we, the investors, are not around because we're full-time students. They need to be trained and equipped to ensure health and safety practices are fulfilled in the store at all times. For our dedicated employees, the Gravy Boat will cover all expenses to ensure qualifications are maintained. Now pass over to Meany, who will cover our finances.
All right, let's talk about the numbers here. How do you finance a business like the Gravy Boat with 7 backers and 100 grand in equity? In fact, our financial analysis shows that we can open the Gravy Boat without incurring a bank loan. Now, the majority of our sales, the majority of our sales is going to be coming from, Our financing is going to be used in our initial investments. So we are going to have 1 month of our inventory on hand at any given time, and it's going to be kept in our freezers and fridge in the kitchen. In addition, we are going to be doing quite a bit of initial investment in our fixed assets, and this is mostly consisting of our kitchen equipment. The remainder of our money is going to be kept on hand as a cash flow to ensure smooth cash flow in the Gravy Boat business. Now, in terms of our sales, most of our money is going to be coming through poutine sales, with the remainder from drink sales. Now, we recognize that by choosing a self-serve model, every sale is going to be very unique, and for that reason, it is a little bit trickier to forecast our sales. So I present to you a diagram that shows the composition of a poutine. So you can see on here that we've assumed that potatoes are going to make up 60% of our sales. But how many potatoes are we going to need? So we spoke to the competition and found out that they go through about 4,000 pounds of potatoes a week. Now, we recognize that we aren't a national franchise yet, and that our sales are going to be significantly lower than this. So for that reason, we've assumed 2,000 pounds of potatoes, which is just half of what the competition makes. So if we know that 60% of our sales is going to be consisting of 2,000 pounds of poutine, we can then calculate our weekly poutine and our yearly amount of poutine, which comes to 173,000 pounds of poutine. That is a lot of French fries. Now, if we apply our $5 per pound rate and add our drink sales, we are left with first year sales of $898,980. We can also use the same diagram I showed you before to work out our variable costs. So I've explained where the potatoes are going to come from, but there are other toppings, such as meat, that we're going to have a variety for. For that purpose, we've used a weighted average method to apply our meat costs to the portions I showed you before. All of this breaks down to a contribution of 50.52%. In terms of our fixed costs, we've used one guiding principle for all of this, and that's to take the higher cost. So for example, when we spoke to our real estate contact, we found out that we could expect $20 to $35 per square foot per year out of Gravesville, in London. So in that case, we've assumed the $35 per year rate and taken the higher cost. Rent, along with our salaries and wages, are going to be our highest expenses, and when we've removed all of that and taxes, we're left with a first year net income of $75,000. Recall that our gross sales are going to be $890,000. This breaks down to a profit margin of 8%. One of our long-term goals was to achieve a profit margin of 10%, and our first year is going to be substantially close to that mark. In fact, in the second year, if we follow our forecast, we're left with 11.2% profit margin, already achieving one of our long-term goals ahead of schedule. Our safety margin is going to be 18%. Now recall I did say we're only taking half the sales that our competition makes, and we're assuming a high cost. So really, this safety margin is a gravy boat on an okay kind of day. Our return on investment is going to be 75%, and our return on equity is a little bit lower at 45%. As I mentioned, at 43%. As I mentioned before, we are going to be incurring quite a bit of net income, and we're going to be keeping that as retained earnings, and that's why our ROE is a little bit lower. So I've spoken about where our money is coming from in terms of financing as well as sales, and what it's going to be doing while it's at Gravy Boat. Now I'm going to hand it over to Christina to talk about the Gravy Boat's future.
Okay, so in a perfect world, the Gravy Boat will be hugely successful and there will be no bumps in the road. But unfortunately, this is business and we are prepared for a contingency plan if our self-serve model does not prove to be inefficient. First of all, creativity is a huge aspect that we value at the Gravy Boat, and in order to preserve this, we are going to have an assembly line in which the employee would construct the poutine pertaining to the customer's wishes. In this way, the customer can dictate what goes on their poutine, and at the same time, the employee can implement portion control. Now, are we feasible? Of course we are. With our low estimate of sales in the first year, after incurring all costs and taxes, we will incur a net income of $75,000, and this will jump to $155,000 by year 3. Now, with our profits, we are hoping to expand organically to 2 new locations in Kitchener-Waterloo and Hamilton within the next 5 years. These 2 locations are similar to London in population, and they are homes to huge universities such as Laurier, Waterloo, and McMaster. Now these 2 new locations, in addition to our London restaurant, will help us with brand awareness, and this will aid the growth of Gravy Boat and franchising into surrounding areas. There is strength and growth in the French fry industry that allows us to enter into a market with potentially significant profits. And in addition, our downtown location will allow us to capture our primary target market of university and college students, as well as our secondary target market of people working downtown. Now, with our goals, we do achieve our short-term goals of $100,000 by year 3, as well as attaining an efficient self-serve model, and by achieving these goals, we have confidence in attaining our long-term goals of organically expanding into 2 new locations, as well as a 10% profit margin. Now, we have a low price point, quality ingredients, as well as a unique self-serve model that allows people such as you and I to create our own poutines. This gives us a competitive edge over other competitors such as Smokes and New York Fries, and for these reasons, Gravy Boat is a feasible venture.
I know, I like fumble so bad.